I mean, the doctor should know the difference between diarrhea and basic dysentery. Oh, hello. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Weekly Weekender. Happy Saturday. It is, what, the 29th of February. So, hope you all had a fantastic week. We've got a great weekend coming up here for at least me on my end, and a fantastic rest of the week. I've got some big things coming on here. And actually, most relevant is the fact that I'm going to see The Invisible Man tonight. So, wondering what you guys' thoughts are on that. If you've seen it yet, I'm excited, guys. Just off the bat, I didn't really have much interest really to see this movie. I love the original property, but it's kind of been it's been beaten. It's like a dead horse that's been beaten, right? But there's been a lot of positive press regarding The Invisible Man, so I'm excited to see it. Guys, let me know your thoughts about it. I will be trying my best to keep my eyes on the live stream. I see, Jim, you did ask, no sidekick today. Yeah, no, unfortunately, Stephanie, she couldn't make it today. She wanted to potentially postpone till Sunday, but I thought, just keeping along with the rhythm here, we keep a set schedule. Saturdays are the days we've decided upon. The viewers, you've voted on the poll. It was a 50-50 split between Saturday and Sunday. So Saturdays it shall be, unless, of course, we have more of an advance notice. But she will be here next weekend, and hopefully when the weekend's moving forward. So, she's new to this. She's just coming on board, so she's got to rearrange her whole schedule around this. But, you're stuck with me for today, guys. I'm going to start with some discussion. Burns here. What up, man? What up, Brian? Jim also says, my wife and I want to see it. Yeah, dude. Hey, it seems like it's going to be a win. What was it, like 7.1 from IMDb, 91 on Rotten Tomatoes? Critics and fans alike are like, woo, Invisible Man, let's see it. Let's see the transparent dude. Let's see the hollow boy. All right, I'm waiting for that sequel, Transparent Dude. All right, guys, so without further ado, hey, G-Wolf, thank you so much for being here as well. I see you are in the chat. Oh, and my baby says, go, DJ, go. All right, thanks, babe. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and go. So let's get to going, guys, with the first topic of the day. And you've all heard about it. Bob Iger has been replaced as Disney CEO by another Bob Chapek, of course. This one article is actually pretty interesting. It's coming from Polygon. So you guys, if you have not been following the news, big news Tuesday afternoon. It was like a bombshell dropped out of nowhere. Bob Iger announced his, I don't know if it was retirement or that he was stepping down, but it definitely came out of left field. This article is really good because it does kind of summarize what happened this week, but also kind of gives you a story in terms of like what the developments were happening, or how the developments behind the scenes were happening with regards to Iger's exit, which of course was not unexpected. I believe it was he was expected to formally announce his retirement 2021 of next year. And of course, retain the title during a transitionary period for Mr. Chapek and one other individual whom I've forgotten his name already. But, as faceless CEOs go, I think Chapek and the other dude are amongst that crowd of people. So it's a big deal just because of the suddenness, the nature of that. So, guys, we all know Bob Iger. Pretty successful dude. He consolidated a lot of major IPs and studios, most notably Lucasfilm, 20th Century Fox. It's not 21st century. 20th Century Fox, Marvel, of course, right? So he did big things for Disney. So I think this is a great time, be it premature for him to leave, but it was sudden. It didn't come out of left field, at least from my perception, and it seems like of others as well. This article does do a fantastic job of detailing it. What I'm going to do moving forward, for all you people who like to read, if you can't Google or ask Siri or Google to look up articles for you, I'll leave the links here in the description down below. But then my thoughts on that, guys. What are your thoughts? Leave me them down in the comment section below, and of course in the super chat, which Super chat. The super chat. Yeah, that would be great. But in the live chat right now, we'll move there. So let's start seeing what's happening here. Oh, okay. Right on, right on. All right, yeah. What up, Paula Ballers? What up, girl? Hey, glad to see you here, Paul. I think this might be your first time here, right? Yeah, we're just talking about the two Bobs, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, you know. But yeah, guys, that is my thoughts on that. And, you know, per usual with this thing, I'm going to move forward with the next topic. If you guys still have, you know, comments, questions on the topic I've already moved past on, no problem. We'll just jump back. You know, it's totally non-linear here for the most part. So yeah, next topic. Let's go. Let's dive into it right now. Paula says, no, second time. Okay, I had a sneaking suspicion we were here before. I think it was it was for Weekly Weekender, right? It was. I don't think it was any of the other live streams, Oscars, any of those illegal live streams I like to do, right? Really pushing the edge there. G-Wolf says, they are saying he's been pushing back his retirement for a while. Yeah, dude, I think Iger actually was planned to retire, what was it, in 2017 or 2018, something like that, and then he pushed it back by a year, and I think probably twice, if I recall from the article here. But yeah, you are correcto mundo, sir. So, hey, peace out, Bob Iger. Good to see he's leaving behind a fantastic legacy, guys. I mean, nothing really short of amazing. So, yeah, look at that. I mean, come on. What do you got? You got Black Panther here. You got Bart Simpson. You got the whole Disney cast and crew. And oddly, oh, you got a Navi there. Okay, that's cool. Captain America. And look at that. You got Deadpool there. That's kind of odd placement. I mean, considering he's not going to be, presumably, in the MCU proper, right? He's going to be still attached to Fox Studios, now 20th Century Studios. So, yeah. That's it, guys. I'm going to move along here for myself. You know, do the @MoviePOP to me if you'd like me to read any comments or questions on screen. So, without any further ado, let's go on to the next topic here. And this is coming to us from comicbook.com. Former Batman star, Ben Affleck says Iron Man star Robert Downey Jr. has been really helpful in supporting his sobriety. Now, I chose this because it's relevant, it's new, and of course this is coming on the heels of Ben Affleck's newest movie, The Way Back, The Comeback Kid. No, I think it was called The Way Back, right? It's kind of like what would you call it? Like not a faux mockumentary, but it definitely has ties or is based upon loosely Ben Affleck's own struggles with sobriety. And I think there has been, you know, as there is usually on the internet, a lot of conundrum amongst the internet crowd saying how it was strange for Affleck to be doing like a self-referential portrayal of himself and potentially disrespectful to other people struggling with substance abuse. How that makes any logical sense, I don't know. I think it's commendable that Ben Affleck is doing it. I think he has, of course, fantastic acting chops, and he has a personal investment into the story because he's experienced it himself. But I thought this article was interesting because it does at least show, one, that there is solidarity amongst the elite, as they were, high-profile A-list actors who have also had troubles themselves with substance abuse. And it is something that really does afflict our society at large, and, you know, it can just affect anybody. So I think it's always great to broadcast positivity in the world. And, hell yeah, really cool article, guys, if you want to check that out. Two huge stars hugging each other. Helping it out, hugging it out. And then they probably, you know, had a beer, did a little bit of blow afterwards, just to add a little bit of solidarity flavor on top, you know, just one last round for us, right? No, I'm kidding about that. It was probably O'Doul's they drank, and it was probably sugar they snorted. So, you know, it's more about like just the action of it, right? You don't have to necessarily get the kick, as it were. So, but yeah, guys, I think that was a really interesting, really cool, really heartwarming story. So check it out if you've got a heart. Okay, guys, so let's see. We got some live. No, we don't. We got Jimbo just doing his moderator thing. He says, "Yep, yeah, guys, definitely. I'm only gonna kind of like I have the live chat in my periphery right now, and if I see something highlighted in orange, and that happens when you hit @MoviePop. I'll read the question, the comment live here. Talk to you on screen because that's what I like to do." Also, hey, you know what? While you're here, hit that like button. Lets the algorithm know that this video is legit, and also subscribe if you're just popping in and you don't know me. We do fantastic movie reviews, movie news, and of course this awesome live stream that you're tuned into right now. So guys, we're going to move on to the next topic. Let me know your thoughts as we go along. And this one is coming to us from MovieWeb. The Venom 2 set photos show Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson on set. Ooh, this one is a little spicy. So guys, what did you think about, first of all, before I get into the article here, what did you think about that end credit scene to Venom where they showed Carnage? And you had Woody Harrelson with his sideshow bob, curly red lock, and he's like, "There's gonna be carnage." I thought it was a little jarring, just a bit, like a little corny. I know that dude is just bald AF, so just seeing him with a full luscious lock of shimmering red Goldilocks hair behind jail bars, it seemed kind of weird. But I'm like, hey, whatever, it's a comic book movie after all. I could get used to it. And Paula Baller says, yeah, it was really silly and too on the nose. There, you know what? I think that's what it was, right? Because I think being silly in and of itself, right? Not necessarily a problem, but when it's so on the nose, first drafts, just not very inventive or creative, or just perfectly summarized on the nose. Yeah, that's where it is a little bit really? How well did you think this through? So, let's see. My girlfriend says, "I'm so excited to see it." I happen to see you there, babe, because I'm always looking at you. I'm always staring at you when you're sleeping. But hit that @MoviePop if you wanted me to read a comment on screen. I don't know if that was even meant for me, so I might be being a little presumptuous here. But yeah, anyhow, guys, this article is pretty cool. Let's get to some of the. Look at that. We got Tom. Is that Tom Hardy? Yep, there he is, being cradled like a baby. So that's not very interesting. But you know what's even more interesting? Get ready. Where is it? Where'd it go? Hold up. What? Oh no! I must have saw the image somewhere else. Let's go find out right now, because there is a set image of. Oh, look at that! Yeah, there's gonna be carnage. Hello, I'm Sideshow Bob. There it is. That's the money shot right there. Now, I'm not sure if this is much of an improvement. Looks like I don't know, like Duke Nukem kind of, right? Or I don't know what in the hell is going on there, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. It's not on the nose, is it, Paula? I don't know how faithful that is to the any comic source material, but it's interesting, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Venom 2 set photos, most particularly Mr. Harrelson here, by leaving your comments down below. Also in the live stream, you know what to do, guys. I'm going to move forward on to the next topic. Paula Baller says, "Are those bangs? I don't know what the hell those are." It's like a Donald Trump comb over. I don't know. It defies the laws of physics as well, too. So what's going on there? What in the hell is that? Yeah. It's Trump inspired, perhaps. Who knows? Yeah. All right, guys. So Jim Boyer says, looks like Frankenstein monster's hair. Yeah, it does, right? It's kind of got that crew cutish kind of look, and then that it's got that Trump-esque thing going on. So, hey, is it an improvement on the Sideshow Bob wig? Right? Not on the nose. So, silly. Yeah, I'll take it. Okay, guys, let's move this bad boy along. Of course, you can follow up with me on the previous topics if needed, but here's the next one, The Hollywood Reporter. Now, this is quite interesting because you all know about that little thing called coronavirus, Modelo virus, Heineken virus, Budweiser virus. It's a big deal, and of course, this article does no exception to talking about that. So, inside Disney's bold $200 million gamble on Mulan, the stakes could not be any higher. Guys, this is very interesting because you would think, provided that China is like the epicenter of this, seems to be global contagion, like we've never faced before, you would push back the release date of this movie. I think it was supposed to be, a simultaneous release in the United States and China, or near simultaneous with the March release date. You would push it back a little further because I mean, unless you got some die-hard, and that's really kind of a poor choice of words, die-hard Mulan fans who are just going to be going out there to theaters to see it. Virus be damned. I'm going to see me some Mulan. I think it might have been a wise decision to push it back. And whether or not that actually does happen in the coming weeks, we'll see. At present, last to my knowledge, they are keeping this train going, full speed, full tilt. But it is interesting, though. This article does talk about that. Some of the actresses, the lead actress's thoughts on the coronavirus, which I think has a death toll of something like 71 to 77,000 people worldwide. So, yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Should they push back the release date for Mulan, considering the virus is, I mean, now I think stateside, definitely West Coast at least. There are confirmed cases here. No telling where this is going, because I know Disney was definitely tailoring this movie to appeal not only, of course, to Western audiences, but obviously Chinese audiences. I mean, that much can be seen with the trailers that came out. It's, as I understand, is more faithful to the original story of Hua Mulan. And, of course, by removing Eddie Murphy and Mushu, they are definitely double downing on that authenticity, right? So, yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. I thought it's an interesting read. Of course, I'm going to leave the links down below. So without further ado, let's check out the live chat. What y'all spitting at me? Mr. Jim Boris says, I would rather have seen a live-action Pocahontas. Didn't we kind of get that with Kevin Costner? What was that called? Dances with Wolves? Wasn't that? I mean, I'm not being facetious here. I was initially, but as I said it out loud, I'm like, but actually, that was kind of true, though. Wasn't it, like, loosely based off Pocahontas? But either way, yeah, a real live Pocahontas, like a Disney version, live screen, or live action version. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm down for any live action versions of Disney's, because I'm not necessarily, like, the biggest Disney fan, for the cartoons myself, but as they've come out with the newer live action versions, they have garnered my interest, so I think it'd be curious to see, for sure, man. Why do you want to see Pocahontas specifically? I'm wondering. Did they do Snow White already? Because they did Maleficent. I don't think they've done like a Snow White's and the Huntsman, the unofficial, like, whatever. But yeah, let me know, Jim. Paula says, I agree. It's going to hurt Mulan's box office, but I don't really know how big the interest was going to be in China, and that's actually a very fair point as well. I'll follow up on that point, Paula. They had a live action version of Mulan not too long ago. Oh, wow. And you know what? Yeah, you reminded me of that. I totally forgot about that. I had heard about that. So I'm curious to see how long ago that was. If it's within a decade, it does stand to reason that might be a little too soon for Disney to be pushing this Americanized version of presumably Americanized version to the degree that I think it was actually Jeffrey Mao over on Rob's channel who had said, like, Disney doing Mulan is like if let's say Tencent Pictures, right, exclusively made a Civil War story for America, right? Like, they're going to try their best to be historically accurate, but of course with transliteration and cultural differences, it probably is going to be off kilter to some degree in some fashion, so that obviously might rub Chinese audiences the wrong way, or if not even rub them the wrong way, not really inspire a vote of confidence large enough to garner a significant box office, which I presume Disney is expecting, right, to have from China, because this is custom tailored to them. More or less exclusively. So yeah, dude, Paula, fantastic insight as always, very much appreciated. Brian Hepburn says, I think they should push it out. I like the trailer. Dude, I love the trailer too. I thought some of the wire work and some of the fight choreography was very reminiscent of at least what I liked in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And I'm so sorry for bringing such a dated, large profile Chinese release that really shows my lack of understanding or knowledge of Chinese cinema. But that be aside, it reminded me of that, and I thought, that film has so many merits of its own. So the fact that this trailer reminded me of that, it did build interest for me. I thought, hey, maybe this could be something, of similar acclaim at least. But yeah, I think they should push it back too, bro. Let's see here. Paula says, in reference to Pocahontas would be like a minefield in this cultural climate. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it would, huh? Wouldn't it be funny though if like Elizabeth Warren had like a cameo in the movie where she was like one of the tribes people, you know, like she probably like filmed it before the whole her heritage results were revealed with her. So, but yeah, that would be hilarious. That's just my brain thinking about that. But yeah, it would be. It would totally be. Oh, it's culturally appropriating. You didn't have a full native descent, Native American playing it. They're only half native, and you know they weren't actually living in a teepee, man. You know how it goes on the interwebs, guys. Let's see here. What else do we got here? From Mr. James Jimbo Boyers. DWW was nothing. Dances with Wolves. Oh, I got that. Okay. Was nothing like Pocahontas, so if it was based on it, it was a crappy job. Okay, fair point. Yeah, not really familiar with the story of Pocahontas, but what I do know, and correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't even the Disney version like far removed from the original story of Pocahontas. It just basically made her like into the what's the phrase? Where it's like a woman kind of like, you know, yearning for a man to come save me. You know, whereas I guess the real life story of Pocahontas was more of an empowered female who stood as an equal, more or less, in regards to her relationship with men in that society and battling the elements or whatever. Something like that, right? Okay. Paula Ballers is coming in with some hot knowledge here. Let's see. Chinese version was in 2009. Thank you very much. Okay, so, all right, well, fair game. Fair game, I say, yeah. Once every decade, I think that's enough time to have elapsed to allow, you know, an American version come in or a reboot or anything for that matter, for the most part, right? That's how I'm feeling about it. Anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts here. Jim also says, going by music, I would take a live action Little Mermaid over this. I think they are doing that, right? Isn't Queen Latifah playing Ursula? I think before it was supposed to be, what's her name? The chick from the Muppet Murder Diaries, Jennifer McCarthy, something like that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they are, right? And they have some mixed black chick playing Ariel. Anyhow, you're going to get what you want, basically, is what I'm saying, Jim. So, all right, guys, I'm going to move on to the next topic up in Hizzle. And this one is going to be coming to us. Ooh, notifications, I don't want them. Block. Coming to us from CNET. Devs. Ooh, yes, this is very cool. Devs, Nick Offerman plays a scruffy tech CEO in the gripping FX miniseries. So, guys, this is a limited FX series on Hulu by Ex Machina writer and director Alex Garland. It's apparently going to be focused on Silicon Valley, some transgressions of ethical limits of technology. So if you guys know anything about Ex Machina or his latest film, not Transcendence, Transmorphing, Mutating, Annihilation. There we go. He's a critically acclaimed film director of the science fiction genre. So really cool to see that he's going to be lending those talents to a televised series. And I'm really curious about it. It's because it's dealing with technology. It's going to be fantastically shot and written by a competent director, and of course behind the screen's talent or behind the camera talent. So I'm thinking this might be our next Mr. Robot. And the sci-fi nerd in me is like, yes. So yeah, guys, if you haven't heard about that, I'm very curious about your thoughts. This, of course, details the whole story about it, and a review. Reviews are out already. It is coming out this, I guess, will be next month, which would be tomorrow. Not coming out tomorrow, but coming out in the month starting tomorrow, March. It's called March 2020. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys. Let me know your thoughts on that, and also just Alex Garland in general. Do you think this is going to be a certified hit or a stinker, right? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next topic, and just because I happen to coincidentally see Aaron Johnson pop his head in here without tagging me, just out of pure chance, I'm going to say, hello, Aaron Johnson. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here with all of us, talking on this fine Saturday evening or afternoon, wherever you are. It's afternoon for me, but yeah. All right, guys, let's go on to the next topic. But before we do that, I'm going to back up here because we got a commercial break. This live stream is sponsored to you by Starbucks. So please, without further ado, give it up for our sponsors, Starbucks. Exceptional coffees from around the world. We're serving up piping hot liquids for you to guzzle down your pie hole, babe. Sourced for the season, roasted at Starbucks Reserve Roastery, and crafted with care. At Starbucks, we love to love you, baby. However, it seems most Americans take this for granted. Take a look at one of our stores in France, and you'll see the difference between customer service in America versus customer service en France. Starbucks. Hi, welcome to Starbucks.
Your coffee, bitch! Your coffee stinks! Monsieur, mais votre café est vraiment dégueulasse.
Merde! C'est pas mon problème. Voulez-vous commander, madame? And with us at Starbucks, it's not a bunch of bull, Jizzle, because we're having the official Starbucks $450,000 crack party, so come one and come all. Check out one of our official customer testimonials from their experience in our drive-thru for the crack party.
Hey, y'all still doing the free crack giveaway?
Can you repeat that for me?
Girl, a magician never repeats himself twice. Now, I done asked you already once.
And you know what? It's non-GMO, gluten-free crack that we're giving away. So we know our Starbucks customers are gonna love it. So much that we're gonna ask you to go anywhere else besides Starbucks for your next order. Perhaps Chick-fil-A.
Thank you for choosing Chick-fil-A. This is April. How may I serve you?
Hey, what's up, April? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fucking naked, baby. I'm ready to get a milkshake. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's right. All right, so check this out.
Okay.
I'm on the...
All right, so thank you, Starbucks, for that fantastic message. Guys, they are selling crack now, so if you are interested in some Starbucks crack, go out like a fiend, go grab some. I'm currently taking some right now, so feel the buzz, right? This next article, though, is coming to us from Deadline, and look who it is. It's the one and only Mr. Macaulay Culkin himself. American Horror Story is coming out with Season 10, and the cast list has been released, and of course, the Home Alone star is amongst them. So big news on that, because he's recently been popping his head back up into the ecosphere, as it were, and I think it's an interesting choice. Him alongside, I think, Kathy Bates. Who else we got up in here? Billy Lord. Oh yeah. And the other names, actually, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know these other names, but him and what's her face? Misery Lady. Kathy Bates. Joe Bennett from The Office. Yeah, they're among the cast members. This just is an awesome headline. It grabbed my attention. I have not had the chance to watch American Horror Story. I've heard fantastic things. I hear it's a great anthology television series. So I'm going to turn this one actually to you guys. See if you have anything to say on this. What are your thoughts on it? I'm intrigued. I want to watch it now. I've got 10 seasons to catch up with now, but I think that's actually probably not even true, right? Because that's the whole nature of an anthology series. You don't necessarily have to follow one to understand the next consecutive order series. So, yeah, let's see what we got up in this live chat. Got nothing here for me, so I'm going to move on to the next topic, guys. But of course, leave me your thoughts, your comments down below, also in the live chat, and we can always jump back and forth between them, okay? So, next one here is going to be coming to us from The Hollywood Reporter, and this one's really cool. But I got some comments here, so let's start off with that. G-Wolf says, good to see Culkin working again. Yeah, I know, right? It's funny because I know if you guys follow Red Letter Media, he's working with them over there. Rich and Mike, Rich Evans, Mike Staklasa over at Red Letter Media. Pretty funny guy. He had an appearance, I think, within the year on Joe Rogan's podcast. So he has been kind of talking about, slowly getting back into it, but he's not really trying to reach the level of fame that he had as a child. And then he also has I think he runs a podcast too. It's called Bunny Ears. So, but yeah, good to see him back on the horse, right? Paula Baller says, American Horror Story has not been good, since Roanoke. Roanoke, whatever that is. They are loosely connected. So obviously something I'm clearly not aware of as well. But you know what, Paula? I trust your intuition and your taste. So yeah, let me know where I should start, if I should start at all, or how I should watch it. Because God, I really don't want to waste any time on anything that's subpar. Guys, I couldn't even get through Picard episode 5. That's why I haven't released a video on it. I was like struggling to follow along, but I know I have to because I want to see what happens. So I guess I'll have to bend over and take it at some point during this week. Paula also says, watch the first 5 seasons. Okay, Paula, I will put that on my never-ending list of television and films to watch. The same list I'm sure we all have, right? All right, guys. So this one here is really cool, though. The Hollywood Reporter is confirming that not only is Parasite getting its own TV adaptation through HBO, but it's also getting a graphic novel. So the storyboards are set to be released as a graphic novel, which is really cool for a couple of reasons. It's bringing a high-profile foreign film, which already has more notoriety than any other foreign film that has come beforehand, to my knowledge. It's also giving it another medium in which to further expand upon presenting foreign entertainment to an American audience. And I think that's really cool. I really like seeing the floodgates open up, seeing an international market have as much authority in America. It just shows that we're more open-minded as a society, that we can accept mediums like this from outside other countries. So I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. And of course, this film is more than deserving of it. So it's coming out May 9th, guys. It's hitting stores May 9th. So if you guys are graphic novelists, lovers, that is something to be noted. Yeah, so thoughts on that, guys? Let me know. I'm going to move on over to the next topic over yonder. And this one's coming to us from IndieWire. Oh, so again, following on this whole Parasite, international movies kind of train of thought, here goes the headline. Subtitles versus dubbing. The big business of translating foreign films in a post-Parasite world. Each country's movie-going culture is different, but as the localization market expands with streaming, so does dubbing. Now, this is interesting. So let's take a poll here, first of all, at your leisure, of course. Do you prefer subs or dubs? Subs v dubs, guys. Which one do you think is best? Now, for myself, I personally like, at least for the first time, to watch the film. I like to keep it authentic. I watch it, subbed first. But of course, as time does go on, and I don't want to be inundated with having to read text, or I want to be multitasking, it is nice to have it on dub. And also, if I just want to pay more attention to actually what's happening on screen, because when you're reading subtitles, right? I mean, essentially what you're doing is you're focused on the subtitles, and then you're watching the film through your periphery vision. And that's not like the best way to watch a movie. I mean, have you ever watched an English language film or a television show like strictly with your periphery vision while focusing on something else at the bottom of the screen, like the Fox television logo there, or CBS or NBC? Like, try that out. Obviously it's going to neuter your experience, for lack of a better word. So this article does talk about some of the processes behind the scenes in terms of transliteration, how they actually try to match the vocal dub to the actual lip movements, so it's less jarring. I thought that was really interesting. I did not know there was kind of a science behind what they do in terms of dubbing to that degree. I didn't know that. I thought they were just like, let's just kind of have the voice actors say more or less verbatim what the actual original dialogue was, without consideration to how closely it matched. Like the old Kung Fu cinema films. But, obviously as time has gone on, I have at least not... I wasn't aware of it until reading this article that, I have noticed over time, like that kind of bad dubbing where it's so off sync is less present these days, and it's been a conscious effort on behalf of these companies who actually work in these processes. So yeah, really cool article. I thought it was interesting, especially tied into the release of Parasite. I would recommend reading this article if you're a nerd like me and you you want to get into the nitty gritty of it. So let's see what your guys' thoughts are. Mr. Brian Hepburn, what's up, man? All right, let's see. Brian Hepburn says, I like the English dub, mostly from all of the old monster and kung fu movies from the late 70s through 80s, so they do not bother me at all. Yeah, English dubs, they don't bother me at all either. Oh, you know what? Here's a really cool point, though, to ask yourself. And I think this is probably, if there is one thing about dubs that do bother me, is when, of course, obviously the voice acting is just complete crap. And also, when you have the voice actor's voice, the tonal quality of it, so completely radically different from what the original voice actors' tonal qualities were, right? You know, somebody who talks like this, like, hey, I'm in the anime, Nihongo jozu desu ne, arigatou gozaimashita. And then you see the American version, and it's like, hey, what's up? My name's Bob. How you doing? Thank you very much for turning in here. And it's like, whoa, dude, like, that is way too jarring. What happened there? Can we get somebody else who can speak up a few more registers like this? Or at least sock him in the balls so, it can be, yeah, that would probably be my only issue with dubs. But yeah, I agree with you, bro. It doesn't bother me at all. I go both ways, bro. Dubs and subs, you know what I'm saying? All right, Mr. Jim Boris says, I completely have been doing voice matching for dubs on Netflix shows like Money Heist. Jim, what do you mean? Wait, yes? Wait, let me read it again because I'm probably not reading right. Yes, they have been doing voice matching for dubs. Oh, yes. Okay, they, not you. I'm like, wait, you do voice work as well, Jim? Okay, they have been doing voice matching for dubs on Netflix shows. Yes, yeah. And I think it's really cool that Netflix has such a large pantheon of films that have oftentimes, dubs in French, Spanish, I think Mandarin sometimes. And sometimes some other random languages based off, I guess, what they think their demographic for a particular series or show or movie Netflix is making. They think that this particular country has an interest in it. They'll localize the voice acting for it as well. So really cool on Netflix's behalf, right? Jim also says, I completely lose immersion when subtitles are on the screen. Yeah, dude, big time. Me too, man. I lose immersion. It is distracting for sure, and I hate the fact that I'm not being able to focus on what's happening visually on screen. So I hear you there. It's a catch-22 because I also really want to know what the dialogue is, and sometimes the dialogue is so radically changed, it doesn't make sense. So. Paula also says, yes, they have been doing voice matching for dubs on Netflix shows like Money Heist. Yep. Okay, cool. Confirmed. Thank you. Yes, Paula says, voice matching to mouth can't help the bad acting. I find that with some of the dubs. I know, right? Come on. Let's put some oomph into it. Come on, you're getting paid for this, man. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. I agree with you, girl. G-Wolf also says, cheap dubs with a poor translation are the worst. Guys, we're all in agreement here. So I think, dubs are alright, but when they do it cheaply on the fly and poor translation and the tonal quality is not matching or the acting is bad, it's just, don't even bother. I mean, really, truly, right? Don't even bother at that point because it's annoying. And it's doubly jarring and doubly pulls me out of the experience. So I think we're all on the same page there, guys. Yeah, interesting article. But yeah, so let's get this bad boy moving along here. I got two more topics to talk about. And then I have a pending bonus topic to talk about. We may or may not get there, provided the time we have left. So let's keep this bad boy moving along. And this is coming to us from Collider, our favorite media source. High impact entertainment. Tom Holland says he's had conversations about a Back to the Future reboot. Now, this is very curious. This is actually coming out on the heels of, wow, look at this. I didn't know I wanted this, but personally, I think he'd be perfectly cast as a doppelganger to Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. But as I was saying before, this is coming on the heels of that deep fake that was recently released, where they had superimposed Tom Holland's likeness on Michael J. Fox's and Robert Downey Jr.'s likeness on Christopher Lloyd's. And when I saw it, I'm like, holy heaven and hell. This is an epic duo I did not know I wanted. I didn't think could work. Never hadn't even considered it. But seeing it on screen, I'm like, dude, if they were to reboot Back to the Future, yeah, I'm down for that. Like, I am so down for that. Because not only, at least within the context of the MCU, which of course is supported not only by the fantastic actors, but the screenwriters, the production staff, all that good stuff. That whole combination, confluence of circumstances is what made that on-screen chemistry work, I think. I would imagine, though, that something similar could be done for this. Now, I know with Robert Zemeckis, right, he still owns the rights, I believe, to the Back to the Future franchise and has been like holding on to them with an iron fist, not willing to have it licensed out to another company or make any production deals to reboot it. For artistic integrity's sake, right? And I commend that. I think in a world of reboots and rehashes and second-rate reboots, it's probably wiser, I think, to maintain the integrity of this classic, timeless trilogy, right? But hey, RDJ, he's done with the MCU, and he is thirsty AF for something hot. A hot property to hop on board with, right? Because that Doolittle obviously was not working out for him. It's not going to go anywhere. So what's the next thing on his plate? Tom Holland, up and coming rising star. As we've discussed before with the Uncharted film, which presumably Sony does want to build out into another movie franchise empire, has had production issues, has been delayed, and I think is still delayed currently. I don't recall if it was indefinitely, but the release date has been pushed back considerably. So it may stand to reason that the timing just might be right, and I think the actors are just right. So the issue would be who's going to write it, who's going to direct it, which studios are going to get behind it. I mean, yeah. But it's interesting because this article here, he does say, let's see here. What does he say exactly? Okay, here we go. So Tom Holland says in an interview, I'd be lying if I said there hadn't been conversations in the past about doing some sort of remake. But that film is the most perfect film, or one of the most perfect films, one that could never be made better. That said, if Robert Downey Jr. and I could just shoot that one scene that they remade for fun, he could pay for it because he's got loads of money. I would do it for my fee and we could remake that scene. I think we owe it to Deepfake because they did such a good job. I think I'm going to speak to Robert and see if we can try to recreate something for Deepfake. So, doubly interesting. Like, at the very least, if we don't get an official Back to the Future reboot starring these two actors, it seems like there's definitely interest, at least on Tom Holland's part, to do, a little deep faking, not montage, but an actual live action version of that scene, them shot IRL in real life. So I'd be happy with that too. Just like how, all of us who are big Lebowski fans, we've been yearning to see the dude again, right? Back on screen again before Jeff Bridges dies. We haven't gotten shizzle, but we did get a TV spot, I think 2 of them, a little teaser and then the actual commercial of the dude. Of course, it sucked. It was for a Super Bowl commercial, but it was exciting, cool nonetheless to see the dude still abiding. So, guys, I'm going to turn it to you now. Let me know your comments down below here on why does it say Monster Hunter? That's not what I wanted, but okay. My bad. Anyhow, so that's going to be one of the topics coming up there. Sorry about the lower third there. Your thoughts, guys, here. Let's go back to the comments. Got nothing from me. You guys are talking amongst yourselves, so keep it going. All right, cool. So next topic here, guys. This is the last one. It's Monster Hunter. Man, I totally ruined the surprise. Paul W.S. Anderson teases the first Monster Hunter in the form of a couple posters. So it looks like we are going to get another video game adaptation on film by another director who's done just that with Resident Evil. And I have mixed feelings about this. I am not. What would below cautiously optimistic be? Whatever that is, like that's where I'm at, right? I would hope he'd learn some lessons from the failures from the Resident Evil franchises, because when it started out, I thought it was a cool adaptation. I thought it was interesting. It was great. It was fresh. It was well made. But from that point forward, with the consecutive releases, I thought just bags of crap. But anyhow, Paul W.S. Anderson is back, folks. Screen Gems has released the first posters for the Resident Evil filmmaker's new video game adaptation, Monster Hunter, which is actually our first look at the movie, period. The Capcom video game series launched in 2004 on PlayStation 2 and basically had you playing the role of a, guess who? A monster hunter, who's tasked with hunting and killing various monsters. A basic premise, to be sure, but a fun one. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. God, I really hope they make that Obi-Wan series. I mean, come on, that should have been First Order #1 or General Order 66. Order 66, make the Obi-Wan series first. But yeah, hey, we got Tony Jaa here. He's up in here. Cool casting. Fantastic actor from Not America, obviously. And we got Mila Jovovich looking like a badass. Looking like Cloud Strife, actually, holding that big old Buster sword. So, it's not much to go off here, guys. I mean, the movie could be crap. It could be amazing, but I think it's cool we're getting an anime-ish Japanese video game property again in the form of a live-action film, and hopefully it's good. So, that's my thoughts on that. Let me turn it back over to you guys. What's your thoughts on this? How you feeling about it? You feeling cautiously optimistic or a little below cautiously optimistic, or are you just like totally lit about it? I'm going to turn it over here to Jimbo. He says, I'm below cautiously optimistic, is borderline pessimistic. Yeah, dude, that's a totally understandable place to be, bro. He doesn't have the best pedigree, Paul W.S. Anderson, so yikes. Yeah. Dude, I'm seeing Jim commenting to you guys. Yikes, that's Mila. I thought that was a dude. Honestly, that's what I thought too, bro. Because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you something, right? Like, let's check this out. That's just why I mentioned Final Fantasy VII and video game properties from Japan. Yeah, it looks like Cloud Strife. I mean, look at that big old Buster sword. There's one image in particular where he's doing like a similar kind of pose to her, like here, like that. Naturally, I can't find it here. Yeah, but yeah, Jim, it does look like a dude. I'm not sure which character she's supposed to be playing in Monster Hunter either. I'm not familiar with the property. I played it when I was a kid. I was like 10 years old, so what was that, like? Oh, God, 22 years ago now? Jeez, that is so weird to say. 22 years ago, I was a wee little 10-year-old lass playing video games in 1999 or 98 or whenever it was. Anyhow, guys, let me get to your thoughts, because this is the last topic I have here. I do have a bonus topic if you guys want to hear it. I don't have any lower thirds for it, but I do want to see what your thoughts are on it and discuss about that, because that's most important, first and foremost, and my favorite thing to do. So let's start there. Brian Hepburn says, the images seem more of the same with Mila and a different kind of monster. Is that right? So Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought there was just these two promotional images here, the posters, right? Mila Jovovich and then Tony Jaa. Am I incorrect in that? Let's see. And let me read your comment over again. I might be misreading it. The images seem like more of the same with Mila and a different kinds of monsters. I think I understood what you're saying. But let's see if there's anything else out here. If there's any other images. While I'm doing that, we got G-Wolf here. He says, well, if they keep making video game adaptations, someday they might get it right. Yeah, man. Well, someday actually is yesterday with Sonic. I think they got it right. I mean, what more could you really ask for, guys? You don't want to have that movie taking place in Sonic's world, per se, right? I mean, you could do it that way, but I mean, it's too literal of an adaptation, and it'd be a fully CGI movie. I suppose. I mean, no, I can't say you can't do that. Of course, you could do it. Of course, it could work. But in terms of at least adapting video game properties with a live action context to it, I think that's as good as you could have done. I'm among some of the small cabal of internet people, trolls hiding in the corners, who said, you know what, the Super Mario movie was actually really good. I liked it. Because I did actually like the Super Mario Brothers movie. Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, I think they killed it. I think if you're going to do an adaptation of Mario, right, and it was kind of gritty, it wasn't like a straight out kids movie. It was set in reality. Had they done that back in '93, I think when the film came out, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to build up sets of the Mushroom Kingdom and literally have Mario like hopping on Goombas, like mushroom Goombas, and like eating mushrooms and then like expanding in size, like 80 times size, and it wouldn't have worked on screen. And I even now with the technology, like I don't know. I mean, sure, anything can work, but especially back then, it would not have looked good. It would have not have done well. And I don't know. I like the realistic, gritty take. Two plumbers living in Brooklyn. Hey, I'm walking here, Mario. Come on, man. Grab the wrench and let's do this thing. I don't know. I thought it was cool. Anyhow, we're not talking about Mario. We're talking about video game adaptations here and Monster Hunter specifically. I'm totally being ADHD and not looking up the set images. Whoa. So G-Wolf. Was it G-Wolf or Brian who told me that about the set images? I think it was Brian. Brian did. So, Brian, okay, cool, bro. Thank you for letting me know that. Wow. What in the hell? Oh, okay. I see you. Looking good. You guys seeing that? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, dude, I mean, if the production value is good, cool. It'll be a visual treat to look at for sure. I'm just hoping, Paul W.S. Anderson can pull it off and not make the mistakes he did with Resident Evil after the first one. So, all right, guys. So let's go to some of the questions, comments, all that jazz here in the live chat. Let's see. Brian says, okay, yeah. Brian Hepburn says the game has different monsters than Resident Evil is what I meant. Oh yeah. Oh dude. Yeah. Totally different monsters. Even I know that. I don't know offhand which monsters are in Monster Hunter, but like I know there ain't no liquor in Monster Hunter. That big thing that was like crawling on the walls with a long tongue in Resident Evil 2. I forgot what are the final bosses, what the name of that was. But yeah, definitely not on that level. That would scare the children playing on their Game Boys or the Game Boy DSs or Colors or whatever it was back in the time. Game Boy Advance. Yeah. G-Wolf says, I'm talking more about monster/zombie games. Oh, okay. Got you. Interesting. Okay, yeah, fair point then. So my rant about Sonic and then continued rant about Super Mario Brothers was totally unfounded, is what you're saying, right? Like, shut up, bro. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those monster and zombie movies. Or zombie games, excuse me. Yeah, okay, fair point, dude. Yeah. Resident Evil is a prime example of that. So, yeah, I agree. Guys, that is all we have here today for the 10 topics. I like to keep this within an hour. Don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm so grateful for you all being here, talking amongst yourselves, talking with me. It's always fantastic. I'm so sorry Stephanie couldn't be here today. Like I said, she just came on board last week. She's got a busy schedule herself. But she will be here next Saturday for sure. So we're going to have a very lively dynamic between the two of us and of course with you. And, I'm going to go ahead and plug her channel anyways, even though you ain't here, girl. Shame on you. Just kidding. Totally just kidding about the backhanded slap thing. I'm not that guy. Funny story. I had a date one time with this ultra liberal girl who was like so offended by me, like joking about like, make me a sandwich, woman. Like clearly I'm joking. And she's like, you shouldn't ever joke about that. That's not funny. I'm like, oh, it's a first date. You're right. No, not just on the first date. I mean, like, ever. Never joke about that. And I was like, yeah, Chief. Okay. This isn't going to work. You have a good night. Anyhow, that aside, guys. What was I talking about? Stephanie's channel. It's MinuteMoviePop. You can find her on YouTube by typing in MinuteMoviePop. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter at Steph, Steph Gallardo. She is awesome, so check her out. She'll be here next Saturday, 1:30 p.m. So guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure to hit that like button before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you guys see The Invisible Man. I'm going to see it tonight, actually, in about 3 hours at AMC City Walk. So if you're a stalker and you want to know where I'm at, that's where I'm going to be, but I'm not telling you what time. So guys, have a freaking awesome rest of your weekend. Seriously, love you all so much. So see you next time. Yeah, damn it. So ADD.